Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Hello and welcome back to Freeman Field, home of the Ithaca College Bomber baseball team here as the Bombers are hosting the 2022 Liberty League Baseball Championships here this afternoon. In the game coming up here quite shortly, as this is the pregame for the University of Rochester versus the Clarkson University Golden Knights, as this is game number 5 of the elimination, this is game number 5 of the tournament, with the loser going home. Pitching this afternoon for the University of Rochester is number 30, Trevor Van Allen. As Van Allen begins his afternoon out of the stretch, gets the sign from the catcher, delivers his first pitch in there, called first strike, as this game is underway here in Ithaca, New York. As that one is tagged straight to the University of Rochester's left fielder, as that one was smoked right there by the Golden Knights, number 9, Caleb Doyle, as that one was fielded by the U of R left fielder. Stepping up to the dish for the Golden Knights now is number 32, Kent Wilson. As Van Allen's first offering just misses a bit outside for a first pitch ball. Here to Kent Wilson, who is hitting .363 this season, is the Golden Knights first baseman, as he takes a second pitch ball as he's quickly worked his way into a favorable 2-0 count. As Van Allen deals, that one is fouled off towards the backstop to put the count at 2-1 now. As the University of Rochester, just a little bit ago, they were put in this game after dropping a 10-inning decision to Ithaca College, as that was a final 8-7 score here, as this game should have began here at 4 o'clock, but due to the duration and extra innings, we are here now in game number 5, the top of the first, as Van Allen deals his 2-2 pitch. That one is tapped right back to Van Allen. Fields fires over to his first baseman, who makes the play in time for out number 2. And that will bring up the designated hitter, number 14, Colby Brolette, as he is hitting .333 this season, as he digs himself into the left-hand batter's box. Van Allen gets his sign from his catcher, sits, fires a first pitch ball. Trevor Van Allen has pitched 47.1 innings this season with a 3.42 ERA with 41 combined strikeouts so far, as he is arguably the University of Rochester's ace here. Why not toss your best pitcher in a elimination game here. As he sits, rocks, fires. That one is grounded foul down the first baseline. To put the count now at 2-1 here to the designated hitter, Colby Brolette. As Colby has smashed 7 home runs this season, impressively enough, with 39 RBIs. As Van Allen's next offering misses to put the count at 3-1. As now he'll get his sign from John Moses. Van Allen fires. That one is tapped right to the second baseman, who fields it successfully, fires it over to the University of Rochester first baseman Harper C., who makes the play for out number 3. So for Clarkson here in the top of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors. As we move to the bottom of the first, your score here at Freeman Field, University of Rochester 0, Clarkson University 0. Hello and welcome back here to Freeman Field as we are here in the bottom of the first inning, as this contest is the University of Rochester, the number 2 seeded team here in the Liberty League Baseball Championship Tournament, versus the number 4 seeded Clarkson Golden Knights here in an elimination game. Loser goes home, winner moves on to the Liberty League Championship game featuring the Ithaca College Bombers, who won the 4th game of the tournament between the University of Rochester and the Bombers in 10 innings by an 8-7 score, as the Bombers will play in the championship game tomorrow afternoon, and if necessary, a second game will follow that game. But back to the action here at Freeman Field. On the mound for Clarkson this afternoon is number 33, Glenn Stever, as Glenn gets his first sign from his catcher, Mike Nee, as he rocks back, fires a first pitch strike. A little bit about Glenn this season, as he has pitched 7.2 innings overall against the Ithaca Bombers. That was in a prior start this season where he had an ERA of a 7.04. As that pitch was just a bit outside to even the count at 1-1 to Aaron Whitley, the center fielder for the Golden Jacket, or the Yellow Jackets, excuse me. As Whitley takes a strike there, looking to put the count at 1-2. As Stever deals that one, and that one is successfully fired over to the Clarkson first baseman for out number 1. As Whitley grounded that one out to the opposing shortstop, Quincy. Quincy Yox, excuse me, as Stever fires in his first offering, a ball, as he gets his second pitch, and he deals that one just a bit outside to Brian Mckenzie, the U of R left fielder, who is hitting .324 this season with 25 runs scored and 20 RBI. As that one is hit over to the Clarkson second baseman, who makes a tough play right there. That was Cam Jarrett, who had a tough little hop, but he was able to successfully field that and fire it over to his first baseman for out number 2, which now brings up the first baseman, Harper C. C is hitting .375 so far with 6 home run, 32 RBI, with 30 runs scored so far, as he takes a first pitch strike from Stever. As Stever relaxes, gets into his windup. That one is grounded to the Clarkson first baseman, Kent Wilson, who takes it himself for out number 3. So it is another scoreless bottom half of the first inning here at Freeman Field. Your score, Clarkson 0, the University of Rochester 0, as we move on to the second inning. Welcome back to Freeman Field, home of the Ithaca College Bombers, here in the top of the second inning of this Liberty League Baseball Tournament Championship game featuring Clarkson and the University of Rochester. Here, as stepping to the dish, is Mike Nee, the catcher for Clarkson, who takes a first pitch ball from Trevor Van Allen, the University of Rochester starting pitcher this afternoon. As Van Allen pauses into his delivery, that one is grounded to the shortstop. Fires it over. That was Quincy Yachts. Fires that one over in time for out number 1. As Trevor Van Allen will now face the center fielder for Clarkson, Joe Pagano, who is hitting .322 this season. Pagano takes a first pitch strike. His next offering is laced there. That is a single to the left center field gap, as that is the first official hit of the ball game, as that one was cashed in right there by Joe Pagano, which will bring up the right fielder, Tommy Bianchi, who is hitting 6th this afternoon. In Coach Jim Kane's lineup, as Bianchi takes his first pitch, a ball, 1-0. As Van Allen looks at the runner over at first base, sits, fires, 2-0 now. Trevor Van Allen looks at his catcher, John Moses, gathers, fires a strike right there to put the count at 2-1. to Tommy Bianchi. Tommy is hitting .282 this season, has started 27 games, and has scored 11 runs this season for the Golden Knights, as the count has now quickly evened out to 2-2, as Van Allen has quickly fired back 2 quick strikes as he checks over at the runner at first, who gets back in time. As Van Allen was making sure Joe Pagano wasn't leaning a little bit too much towards second base right there in his lead off of first. As Van Allen sets, deals, that one is fouled off by Tommy Bianchi. The count remains even at 2-2 here in game number 5 of the Liberty League Baseball Championship Tournament. As the U of R starting pitcher Trevor Van Allen deals, that one is fouled off by Tommy Bianchi towards the first base dugout. That was a nice play there down by a fan who had gathered that fouled off tip and was able to successfully field it over there. Nice play. Van Allen. Oh, that one is just a bit out high according to the umpire. As Van Allen, I think he wanted that call. But nonetheless, the count is now 3-2. 1 out here in the top of the second. As that one is laced out to the left fielder, who had to move 2 steps in. And he actually ripped a throw all the way back to the first baseman over there, Harper C., as getting back to the base in time was Joe Pagano. So that'll bring up Sean Gill to the plate now with 2 outs here in the top of the first, as there's a runner over there on first base. That is Joe Pagano, the Golden Knights center fielder, who got the first hit of this afternoon by ripping a single right back up the middle. Or excuse me, that was a single to left field. As Trevor Van Allen's 1-0 offering misses just a little bit outside there to put the count at 2-0 now to Sean Gill, the left fielder this afternoon for Clarkson. Sean Gill is slashing .261 this year, as he takes a 3rd straight ball there. As Van Allen sets, fires one back over to first base, and getting back in time was Joe Pagano. Trevor Van Allen fires in a strike to put the count now at 3-1. Trevor Van Allen's 3-1 pitch, also a strike. Now as the count is now full, 3-2 to number 12, Sean Gill. And the 3-2 pitch inside, ball 4. That'll now put runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. The score still remains 0-0, but that brings up the second baseman, number 4, Cam Jarrett. As Jarrett had a clutch hit in game number 3, which saw Clarkson advance over RIT in the first elimination game of the tournament. As Jarrett takes a first pitch strike. And Trevor Van Allen's second pitch is in there once again for a strike, and quickly Cam Jarrett now sees himself down 0-2 in the count. As Trevor Van Allen will look to get out of this inning with no damage done. As he sets, delivers. That one is fouled off right at the plate by Cam Jarrett. The count remains 0-2 to the right-handed batter. And that one is caught on and missed. The U of R catcher, John Moses, fires it over to Harper C. in time for out number 3. As Van Allen leaves runners stranded on first and second base. As now that will bring up the Yellow Jackets' middle of their lineup with their number 4 hitter, Josh Leedham, coming up to the plate here in the bottom half of the inning. We'll be back momentarily here from Freeman Field. Back here from Freeman Field in the bottom of the second inning. The University of Rochester is number 16, Josh Leedham, stepping to the dish as he will be leading off the bottom half of the second inning as he is facing off against number 33, Glenn Stever, as he fires in a first pitch ball. Glenn Stever owns a 0-1 record as he has made 4 starts this season and has pitched a total of 7.2 innings here during the 2022 season as he quickly puts himself down 2-0, but that one is fouled off by Leedham to put the count now at 2-1. As Glenn Stever's 10th overall pitch actually hits Josh Leedham there. Looked like it hit his elbow as he is awarded first base, bringing up the designated hitter, Jacob Mazette. Excuse me, It's Matzat up to the dish as Matzat, his first offering as he takes a first pitch strike. As he is hitting .369 this season with 5 home runs, 23 RBI. As Glenn Stever fires that one over to first base, and getting back just in time was Josh Leedham. He might have been just leaning just a little bit too much towards second base, and Glenn Stever saw him out of the corner of his eye as Glenn Stever sets and fires. That one is ripped over there to the third baseman, who fires it over to the second baseman. That is a 5-4-3 double play. That one was started off by the third baseman, Michael Tito, who fired it over to Cam Jarrett, who fired it over to Kent Wilson. That was a tailor-made double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs in the inning. bringing up number 12, Dan T. Rabisi, as Dan fouls that one off. And Glenn Stever, his next pitch, that one is once again fouled off down the first base line, out of play. And he's quickly down 0-2 to Glenn Stever. Glenn, a graduate student from Lancaster, New York, as the 6'3" right-hander fires a ball there. And his 1-2 offering, that one is once again grounded over to the Clarkson third baseman, Michael Tito, who makes the play in time as the University of Rochester goes down here in the bottom half of the second inning. No hits, no errors, no runners left on base. The score here at Freeman Field, the University of Rochester 0, Clarkson 0. Leading off the top of the third for Clarkson University is their third baseman, Michael Tito, who had a couple of nice fielding plays in the top half of the inning, in the bottom half of the second inning, as he started a double play and also successfully fielded the third out of the inning over in the hot corner. As Tito digs into the right-hand batter's box and swings first pitch as his opposing third baseman there, that was Dan Tirabassi, who made a outstanding play as he actually fielded it and made a Derek Jeter-esque jump throw from the hot corner and was able to show off his arm strength by making that play in time for out number 1. And that'll bring up Caleb Doyle, the leadoff hitter for Clarkson, who is 0 for 1 so far as he takes a first pitch ball up and away. As the 1-0 offering, that one nearly hits Caleb Doyle. Doyle is hitting .343 this year for the Golden Knights and has started all 30 games so far for Clarkson as Doyle fouls that one off behind the backstop. As Doyle, now the count is 2-1 to Doyle, as that one is grounded to the third baseman, Tirabassi, who fields it, fires over to Harper C. in time for out number 2. And now with 2 outs, that brings up the first baseman, number 32, Kent Wilson. Kent Wilson is hitting .352 has also played in 30 games while making 29 starts this year for Clarkson, as he was first pitch swinging as he fouls that one off. As Trevor Van Allen has definitely settled in here into a little bit of a groove for the University of Rochester, as he fires in a ball just a bit outside, as John Moses, actually I think he lost that one below him, and he'll swap out a baseball there. So give his pitcher a clean one there without any dirt on it. Get a little bit more of a feel for that on the mound, as Trevor Van Allen deals a ball there to put the count at 1-1. And John Moses now is meeting with Trevor Allen. I'm not sure if their signs were crossed there or what, but John Moses is out there getting on the same page with Trevor Van Allen right now, as Trevor has overall had a pretty good season for the University of Rochester, tossing 49.1 innings with a 3.28 ERA. As he has a strikeout and a walk so far, as his 2-1 offering to Kent Wilson is fouled off there behind the third base dugout and towards the volunteer fire department here in Ithaca, New York. As directly behind Freeman Field, we actually have it used to be the firefighter softball field that is now used as a practice facility for the Bombers, as Wilson there fouls that one off with the count now 2-2 to the Clarkson first baseman, as Trevor Van Allen deals. That one is slowly tapped foul, as that one was fielded in foul territory by the Yellow Jackets first baseman Harper C. Trevor Van Allen's 2-2 offering. That one misses just, I want to say it was a little down and away, as that was a really good frame attempt by the University of Rochester catcher John Moses, as he was trying to get his pitcher a strike call, but the umpire was having nothing of it. As Van Allen deals, that one is fouled off again by Kent Wilson, as this is proving to be quite the battle between Van Allen and Wilson here in Kent's second at-bat of the afternoon. As the 3-2 offering misses low also, as Kent Wilson was able to work a 9-pitch walk right there. He definitely was able to work the count and get on base, bringing up the designated hitter, number 14, Colby Brulette. Brulette arguably is one of the biggest power hitters for Clarkson, as Colby has 8 doubles, a triple, and a team-leading 7 home runs, as that one just needed to be straightened out a bit, but that one was definitely hit on a line. He made good contact with that one, but it was fouled off down the first baseline, out of play, as Trevor Van Allen settles, fires. That one misses high as well to number 14, Colby Brulette, the designated hitter this afternoon for Clarkson. As Trevor Van Allen was able to fool Colby right there with an off-speed pitch, and Colby went around there for strike number 2, as Trevor Van Allen will look to once again escape a walk, but he misses on that pitch to even out the count 2-2 to Colby Brulette. Van Allen, the 6'7" right-hander, definitely is an opposing stature there on the mound, as that one is once again ripped, but in foul territory by Colby Brulette. As in his head, he's probably just thinking he wants to straighten that one out. Probably try to find a gap here at Freeman Field, as Van Allen misses there outside with a curveball, and the count is now full 3-2 to the designated hitter, number 14, Colby Brulette. And that is a great pitch right there by Trevor Van Allen to strike out Colby Brulette to end the inning, and once again strand a runner on first base. As the score remains tied 0-0, as we will move to the bottom half of the third inning here from Freeman Field. Welcome back to Freeman Field here in the bottom of the third inning of game number 5 of the Liberty League Baseball Championship Tournament, as this is an elimination game between Clarkson University and the University of Rochester, as I am Frank Myra here on the call. As stepping to the dish is Joe Rendy, as he will face off against Glenn Stever. Stever offers a first pitch ball. As Joseph Rendy shows a nice eye there, as the second pitch in his at-bat is fouled off out of play down that third baseline. Joe Rendy is the University of Rochester's second baseman, as he fouls that one off, as the U of R first base coach attempted to make a fielding play over there. Did not, though. As Joe Rendy is quickly down 0-2 to Glenn Stever, as the 0-2 offering just a bit inside there by Stever. That pitch missed for the first. Or excuse me, that'll even out the count at 2-2. That one also misses, as Joe Rendy has now worked the count full at 3-2. Rendy is hitting .296 this year for the Yellow Jackets. As Glenn Stever begins his windup, fires. Whew. That one misses for ball 4. And that'll bring up the starting shortstop for the Yellow Jackets, Quincy Yachts. As Quincy will look to move some runners here as he attempts to bunt that ball, but that one is fouled off. As the University of Rochester, was what I was trying to say, was they're attempting to play a little bit of small ball here, as we are still scoreless in the bottom of the third, 0-0. That runner over at first, Joe Rendy, walk to begin the inning. As Glenn Stever, what a pickoff right there. As Stever caught Joe Rendy napping a little bit over at first base, and Stever makes the nice fire over there as he picks off Rendy for out number 1. And Stever now winds up, fires his 0-1 pitch, cut on and missed there by Quincy Yachts, the shortstop for the Yellow Jackets, is down 0-2 to Stever. Stever winds, fires. That one's in the dirt and in the first base batter's box to put the count at 1-2. And Glenn Stever misses there also, as Quincy Yachts evens the count at 2-2. Here from Freeman Field in Ithaca, New York. Glenn Stever winds up, deals. That one is fouled off by Quincy Yachts. As the University of Rochester are waiting for their first hit, or they're attempting to put their first hit on the board this afternoon against Clarkson, as all base runners have gotten it on base via a walk, as Quincy Yachts fouls that one off, as the only base runner that has gotten on for the Yellow Jackets was Joe Rendy here at the the bottom half of the third inning, but he was picked off after walking, as Rendy misses to Quincy Yachts. And Quincy works the count full, 3-2. The sophomore shortstop grounds one over to the first baseman, Kent Wilson. Kent fields it, takes it over them to himself over at first base for out number 2. And that'll bring up the catcher for the U of R, John Moses. John is a junior from Union City, Georgia, as he was first pitch firing, as he lines that one out to the center fielder for out number 3. So for the University of Rochester in the bottom of the third, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. We'll move to the top of the fourth. Your score remains tied 0-0. And once again, welcome back here to Freeman Field in the top of the fourth inning. The score is 0-0. I am Frank Myra here on the call of this elimination game between Clarkson and the University of Rochester. As leading off the top half of the fourth for Clarkson is their catcher, Mike Nee. As Trevor Van Allen deals a first pitch ball to Mike Nee. As Trevor has definitely had to work a little bit harder than his opposing pitcher, Glenn Stever. As he fires in a strike there. As Van Allen's 1-1 offering misses just a bit outside there to put the count at 2-1 to Mike Nee, the starting catcher for Clarkson. Van Allen fires. That one is grounded over to the University of Rochester second baseman Joe Rendy, who fires it over to Harper C. in time for out number 1. And that'll bring up Joe Pagano, the center fielder and owner of the lone hit so far, as he is 1 for 1, as he got on base in the top half of the second inning with a single to the left fielder, as he takes a first pitch ball from Trevor Van Allen. Van Allen sets, deals ball 2 to Joe Pagano. As Joe Pagano waits for the 2-0 offering. That one misses. And if I'm Joe Pagano, I would wait and see if Trevor Van Allen can find the strike zone again, as his 3-0 offering misses outside, as Joe Pagano works a 4-pitch walk. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Tommy Bianchi, who is 0 for 1 so far. As Tommy will dig into the left-hand batter's box. And that'll actually bring out the pitching coach for the University of Rochester, who will meet on the mound with Trevor Van Allen and his catcher, John Moses, as they will look to get squared away for this upcoming at-bat against Tommy Bianchi, as they just want to make sure and be careful that that they keep that runner over there on first base honest, as this has been a closely contested affair so far here in the top of the fourth inning, as it is still scoreless, 0-0. As Bianchi once again steps in to the batter's box, as Trevor Van Allen sets, and first pitch swinging right there is Tommy Bianchi, as he lifts that one out to center field, and that one is caught by Aaron Whitley for out number 2. As Tommy definitely made some good contact right there, but he just wasn't able to find a gap in the field, as that one was almost hit on a frozen rope right towards Aaron Whitley. And that'll bring up the second straight left-handed batter in Sean Gill, who fouls that one off to begin his at-bat. Sean is the left fielder for Clarkson, and Sean is hitting .261 this year with 6 hits in 23 at-bats, as he rockets that one to the right center field, and that one is caught down there by the University of Rochester right fielder Josh Leedham for out number 3. So the score remains tied 0-0, as we will move to the bottom half of the fourth here momentarily. off the the bottom half of the fourth inning for the University of Rochester as their leadoff hitter, Aaron Whitley, as the U of R is looking for their first hit of this afternoon against Glenn Stever, as Stever has been dealing, as he deals a first pitch ball to Rochester center fielder Aaron Whitley. As Stever begins his windup, fires in a strike to put the count at 1-1. As Stever misses there, putting the count at 2-1 to Aaron Whitley. As Stever's 2-1 offering is fouled off by Whitley. Here in the top half of the the bottom half of the fourth inning, the score remains tied 0-0. As this one has been a pitching duel here so far between Trevor Van Allen and Glenn Stever. That one is ripped down the first base line, but making a diving play was the first baseman, Kent Wilson, there on the line drive, robbing Aaron Whitley of a potential single there in that right side gap between first base and second base. But round of applause there for Kent Wilson with that diving stop. As now batting is Brian Mckenzie, as Mckenzie is quickly down 0-1 to Glenn Stever, who fires in a ball to Brian Mckenzie. And Glenn Stever winds, deals, fires. That one is lined out of play there down the first baseline in right field. In foul territory, out of play. And quickly Brian Mckenzie is down 1-2 to Glenn Stever as he rocks, deals, fires. That one is popped in foul territory, but making the play is their first baseman, Kent Wilson, for out number 2. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 10, Harper C. As Harper C takes a first pitch ball from Glenn Stever. Harper C is 0 for 1 so far this afternoon, as he fouls that one off his foot there in the right-hander's the batter's box, as he will look to walk that one off. As trust me, guys, if you have never taken a foul ball off your front foot, those ones sting quite a bit. As it almost feels like your foot is broken, but that numbing sensation quickly goes away after you walk it off. As Harper fouls that one off, and his count is 1-2. And Glenn Stever sits, fires. That off-speed pitch is fouled off by Harper C, as Glenn there was able to get Harper on his front foot. And Harper was way ahead of that pitch, and he was just able to stick his bat out there and foul that one off. And the 1-2 offering, that one is rocketed out to the center fielder, who takes 8 steps backwards, but catches it in time for out number 3. That one was a good 10 feet from the warning track there in dead center field. there. And the score, though, remains tied 0-0 here in game number 5 of the Liberty League Baseball Championship Tournament. Welcome back to Freeman Field here in the top of the 5th inning as this game is quickly moving along here as it is 5:51 as first pitch was a little bit before 5 o'clock here as leading off the top half of the 5th inning is the second baseman for Clarkson, number 4, Cam Jarrett, as Trevor Van Allen fires in a first pitch ball to Jarrett. The second baseman for Clarkson is hitting 8th this afternoon. As Jarrett fouls that one off here into the crowd along the first baseline. As Trevor Van Allen's 1-1 pitch is fouled off there by Cam Jarrett, putting him down 1-2 in the count. Cam this season is hitting 136. As that one is going to be down for a single, as that one was laced off the bat by Cam Jarrett and dropped a good 10 feet in front of the U of R's center fielder, Aaron Whitley. And that will now bring up the third baseman for Clarkson, Michael Tito, here with nobody down in the top of the 5th, as Tito will sacrifice himself with that bunt. And moving to second base on the play is Cam Jarrett. And now Jarrett is in scoring position with 1 out. And that actually will bring up their leadoff hitter, Caleb Doyle, the shortstop for Clarkson, who is 0 for 2 against Trevor Van Allen so far. But this is his 3rd time seeing Van Allen. Van Allen, the 6'7" footer, deals a first pitch ball. As Trevor looks over at the runner at second, as that one is fouled off by Caleb Doyle, evening it out at 1-1. As Caleb was just a little bit ahead of that pitch, but made good contact with his swing. Nonetheless, that was a foul ball. As Trevor Van Allen settles, and that one is cut on and missed by Caleb Doyle for strike number 2. The University of Rochester was seeded number 2 coming into this tournament. Clarkson was the 4th seed. As the seeding was determined last weekend after a Liberty League crossover where the 2 divisions played each other. as that one is rocketed out to the center fielder, Aaron Whitley, who makes the play in time and fires the ball back so that Cam Jarrett isn't able to advance any further. And now, stepping to the dish with 2 outs is the first baseman, number 32, Kent Wilson. Kent is 0 for 1 as he drew a walk in a previous at-bat. As he shows a nice eye once again, taking a first pitch ball from Trevor Van Allen. As Van Allen has quickly worked up his pitch count to 75 so far here in the top half of the 5th inning. As Trevor finds the strike zone there to even the count at 1-1. And it is a beautiful day once again here at Ithaca, New York, as Trevor misses there. And the count is 2-1. And that one looked like he was a little crossed up with John Moses, as I think John was looking for an off-speed pitch. And Trevor fired in a fastball there. And he finds the strike zone there with a strike, evening it out at 2-2. As Trevor is looking for his 3rd strikeout of this contest. He's also walked 3 batters so far. As Trevor misses there, as working the count full now at 3-2 is number 32, Kent Wilson. Kent is hitting .352 this season with a team best 26 RBI, or excuse me, second best 26 RBI. As he lined that one, but right at the second baseman, who makes the play in time for out number 3. So the score remains tied 0-0 as we'll move to the bottom half of the 5th inning with Rochester coming to the plate. Leading off the bottom half of the 5th inning for Rochester is their right fielder, Josh Leedham, who worked a walk in his first at-bat, as he will look to get things started for the Yellow Jackets. As Glenn Stever deals a first pitch ball to Josh Leedham, the right fielder for the Yellow Jackets. Glenn Stever rocks, fires. That one fouled off there by Leedham. As Glenn Stever's 49th pitch of the afternoon is a ball outside, putting the count at 2-1. As arguably you could say this is Glenn's best start of the season so far, as he has held Rochester hitless so far through 4 innings, as Josh Leedham fouls that one off. And the 2-2 pitch from Glenn Seaver. A little bit of an off-speed pitch, and I could tell Glenn wanted that from the press box here on top of Srirachi, as he gave the umpire a little bit of a look, but the umpire wasn't going to give him the call. And the count is now full, 3-2, as Glenn deals. That one is tapped to the shortstop, Caleb Doyle, who fires it over to Kent Wilson in time for out number 1. That was a nice play right there by Caleb Doyle, the shortstop, for out number 1. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Jacob Matzat. As Matzat takes a first pitch ball from Glenn Stever. As Stever fires in a strike right down the middle of the plate, as taking all the way there was Matzat, the designated hitter for Rochester, as he shows a good eye and discipline right there by taking a ball in the dirt. As Stever gets his sign from his catcher, rocks back, fires a strike right on the outside corner, evening it out at 2-2. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning in an elimination game, as Glenn Stever gets Matzat swinging with a curveball in the dirt for out number 2. That was some good pitching right there by Glenn Stever, as he was able to definitely mix the zones and mix in both fastballs and off-speed stuff to get that strikeout, his first of the afternoon. As taking a first pitch strike there is number 12, Dan Tiabasi, the third baseman for the Yellow Jackets. As Tirabasi swings and misses there, as he was almost swinging out of his shoes, trying to crank one over the fence here at Freeman Field. And Stever's 0-2 offering is right back up the middle, and that one is fielded there by the second baseman, Cam Jarrett, who fires it in time for out number 3. So in the bottom half of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. The score remains tied 0-0 here in game number 5 of the Liberty League Baseball Championship. And once again, pitching here in the top of the 6th inning is Trevor Van Allen for Rochester, as he has allowed 2 hits so far with 2 strikeouts and 3 walks. As leading off for Clarkson is number 14, Colby Brolette, the designated hitter for the Golden Knights. as he is first pitch swinging, but fouls that one off towards the backstop there behind him. And Trevor Van Allen's 0-1 offering is a strike. As quickly down 0-2 is Colby Brulette. And the 0-2 offering is strike 3. As going down looking there in 3 straight pitches is Colby Brulette. And that'll bring up the catcher, Mckenzie, who is also 0 for 2 so far against Trevor Van Allen. As Knee swings and misses there on that first pitch, as he was just a little bit behind that fastball from Van Allen, who gets the sign from his catcher, John Moses. And Moses there with a really good frame job, and he's able to get a called strike. And the 0-2 pitch is a curveball down in the dirt, as Mckenzie was having none of that, as he is able to block a lot of curveballs himself defensively when he's out there catching. So he's able to recognize that quickly out of the pitching or the pitcher's hand. As Van Allen's 1-2 pitch is cut on and missed there by Mckenzie. So 2 up, 2 down so far for Trevor Van Allen, as he has quickly struck out the first 2 batters this inning. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Joe Pagano, who is 1 for 1 with a walk so far. And he is first pitch swinging, but that one is grounded over to the second baseman, who boots that ball. That was Joe Rendy there, who just wasn't able to successfully field that one. And I'm sure, I want to say, yep, they will officially credit that one as an error on Rendy. And now coming up to the bat is number 23, Tommy Bianchi, the right fielder for Clarkson. And Trevor Van Allen is able to pump in a fastball for strike number 1. As swinging there, but not being able to make any contact with the ball was Tommy Bianchi. As Trevor Van Allen will look to atone for that error by his second baseman. But that one is lined over the shortstop's head for a single. So now Tommy Bianchi gets on base with the 3rd overall hit for Clarkson. And now runners are on first and second with 2 outs, bringing up number 12, Sean Gill. And with that, that'll once again bring out the pitching coach for Rochester. And this is another key situation here, as there haven't been runners in scoring position often here through the first 5+ innings of play, as they will definitely want to make sure they're all on the same page here, as John Moses and Van Allen and that'll bring up, like I said, Sean Gill to the plate, as he is a left-hand hitter, and he is 0 for 1 with a walk. As Trevor misses on his first offering to Sean Gill. As Van Allen is working out of the stretch, his 1-0 offering misses a little down low. So now in a hitter's count is Sean Gill at 2-0. So let's see if he sits on of a pitch of his liking and is able to find a gap potentially. And that one is lined, but right to the University of Rochester shortstop, Quincy Yachts, who makes the play for out number 3. So I think Sean Gill got the pitch he was looking for, but he just wasn't able to find a gap there. So leaving runners stranded once again is Trevor Van Allen, as through the top half of the 6th inning, your score, Clarkson 0, Rochester 0. So we're here at Freeman Field in the bottom of the 6th inning of this elimination game between number 4 seeded Clarkson and number 2 seeded Rochester. As leading off the bottom half of the 6th for the U of R is Joseph Rendy, the second baseman. As Rendy takes a first pitch ball from Glenn Stever. As Glay winds, deals that one, is fouled off and out of play by Joe Rendy, as the Yellow Jackets are looking for their first hit of this afternoon against Clarkson, as Stever has a no-hitter going so far, but has walked one. And just like that, that is the first hit by U of R, as Joe Rendy rips one right down the line, the right field line, and sailing into second base is Rendy. So one in at bat right there by Joe Rendy. And just like that, Glenn Stever's no-hitter is broken up, and he has a runner in scoring position in Joseph Rendy, as he was able to double down that right field line. As I think he was just first pitch swinging, and he saw something that he had liked, and that will actually get some action going in the Golden Knights bullpen. As Glenn Stever now is in the stretch, and he will face off against the shortstop, Quincy Yachts, who is hit right in the foot. And not being able to advance there is Joe Rendy, as that is a dead ball, as Yachts was hit in his front foot by a off speed. It looked like it was a breaking ball or a slider. So now, quickly putting runners on first and second base is Rochester, and that will bring out the Clarkson head coach for a meeting here on the mound, as it looks like it's all of the infielders, as they will try to, I think, set up the defense here. I'm not sure if they will maybe put their second baseman and shortstop in double play depth, and maybe put their third baseman and first baseman and move them up a little bit. But I think Clarkson's head coach, Jim Kane, just wants to have everyone on the same page here, as this is by far Glenn Stever's most stressful situation of this afternoon, as he had a no-hitter going into this bottom half of the 6th inning, but that was broken up with the first pitch by Joe Rendy, who doubled down that right field line. And stepping to the dish is John Moses, the catcher for the Yellow Jackets, who is 0 for 1, as he takes low and away for ball number 1. Moses is hitting .292 this season. and he has displayed good defense behind the plate all tournament long. As John Moses takes a second ball there, as now he's in a good hitter's count, and he will be able to sit back and possibly sit back on his favorite pitch. Oh, just kidding, but actually he will sacrifice himself as he will bunt right back over to the pitcher, and moving runners over to second and third was John Moses with that sacrifice bunt attempt. That was a good decision right there by John Moses, as that was just the first out of the inning. And now with runners on second and third with just one out is their leadoff hitter, Aaron Whitley, who is hitting .341 this season, but is 0 for 2 this afternoon against Glenn Stever. And that one is ripped all the way to the warning track by Aaron Whitley. That will drive in the first run of this afternoon on a sacrifice fly by Aaron Whitley as he drives in Joseph Rendy for the first run of the game. The Yellow Jackets now lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the sixth. And that will bring up Brian Mckenzie here with 2 outs as he fouls that one off here behind the plate and is down 0-1 to Glenn Stever. As this has truly been a pitching duel between Stever and Trevor Van Allen, his counterpart from Rochester, as they have only let up 4 total hits. And Stever, like I mentioned previously, had a no-hitter going into this inning, but that was quickly broken up by Joseph Rendy with his double, and he actually scored 3 batters later on a sacrifice fly from Aaron Whitley. And that is a wild pitch right there by Glenn Stever, and scoring on that sequence is Quincy Yachts. And actually, that was not only was it a wild pitch, but Mckenzie actually struck out swinging, and he will be rewarded first base on that wild pitch. As Glenn Stever fires one over to first base to keep Mckenzie honest over there. As he settles into his stretch, fires, and offering at that pitch was the first baseman Harper C. As Harper is down 0-1 with the Yellow Jackets now leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. The 0-1 offering misses. That was an off-speed pitch by Glenn Stever. As Glenn will look to get out of this inning with the least amount of damage possible. As his 1-1 offering, that one is ripped right down the third baseline. Foul. That one was called just at the last second by the umpire, as that was a frozen rope. I don't know. And the University of Rochester head coach, Joe Rena, is out to talk to the umpire. That was a rip. To me, on our vantage point up here on top of Sriracha, that looked like it wrapped around the bag in fair territory. But either way, foul ball. And now down 1-2 is Harper C. to Glenn Stever. as Harper C shows a good eye there, evening the count at 2-2. As Stever's 2-2 offering is looped to the shortstop, who gathers that, or excuse me, gets under it. That was Caleb Doyle making that play on that pop out. But for Rochester, the damage was done, scoring 2 runs on a hit. There was the Yellow Jackets, and they now lead 2-0 as we will move to the top of the 7th inning. And back out here at Freeman Field, working the top half of the 7th inning for Rochester is Trevor Van Allen, as he will now be pitching with a lead for the first time this afternoon, as the Yellow Jackets put a 2 spot on the board in the bottom half of the 6th inning on their first hit of the afternoon, as Joe Rendy ripped a double down the right field line and scored 2 batters later, as the other one was cashed in on a wild pitch. But nonetheless, Van Allen now will deal to Cam Jarrett, who will be leading off this inning for Clarkson, as Jarrett takes a first pitch ball in the dirt. Jarrett so far is 1 for 2 with a strikeout, as he takes a second pitch ball from Van Allen. As there also is currently some action in the University of Rochester's bullpen, as Van Allen fires in a strike there. But that was also Van Allen's 95th overall pitch. Oh, he wanted that breaking pitch right there. But I think that one missed just a little. That one was a little too high for the umpire's liking. As Van Allen will now deal his 3-2 or his 3-1 offering is caught on and missed by Cam Jarrett, who has now worked the count full against the graduate student pitcher. As Van Allen misses there to walk Cam Jarrett. And that will bring up the starting third baseman for the Golden Knights, Michael Tito. And it looks like we will have a pinch runner at first base. That is number 7, Jake Millich. As Millich has definitely displayed that he has some wheels on him, swiping a few bags this season. So Trevor Van Allen will have to work from the stretch. And his first pitch offering, as looking to sacrifice himself, is number 2, Michael Tito. But his first attempt is fouled off. And now down on the count is Tito, 0-1, here with nobody out. in the top of the 7th inning, as he once again looks to bunt, but is just not able to push that one into play, as that one is fouled off down that third baseline. And Van Allen now is at an advantage. His 0-2 offering is swung on, and that one skips right above the U of R's third baseman's glove there, Dan Tirabassi, as that was a hard-hit single by Michael Tito. And now runners are on first and second base. Just like that, Trevor Van Allen has worked himself into a stressful situation after pitching himself into his first lead of the game. Adding to his stress now is their leadoff hitter for Clarkson, Caleb Doyle, who attempts to bunt, but he just wasn't able to make contact with that one. And he had missed that on his attempt for strike number 1. As Doyle so far this afternoon is 0 for 3 here in that leadoff spot. But I think, yep, he is offering again, and that one is a good bunt, as that one will force Van Allen to field, and he fires that one over to Harper's seat in time for out number 1. But advancing over to both second and third base is Jake Millich and Michael Tito. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 32, Kent Wilson, here with 1 out, as Clarkson is trying to match the 2 spot put up last half inning. And that one is shot out to left field. That one hits off the fence. That will score both runners, and into second base with a stand-up double is Kent Wilson. And just like that, your score here is tied 2-2. After scoring a 2-spot last half inning, Clarkson has now matched it with 2 runs of their own, as Wilson drove in 2 runners with that no-doubt double that hit right off that left field fence, which it is approximately 334 feet to that fence. And I believe that was number 14, Colby Brulette, who was intentionally walked there to put runners both on first and second base. And with that, that'll bring out the University of Rochester head coach Joe Rena, and he just motioned to the bullpen. So we will have a pitching change. I will take a break. When I come back, I will let you guys know who is on the mound now for the Yellow Jackets, as he will be taking over for Trevor Van Allen, as Van Allen's afternoon is done here in the top of the 7th inning, as the score is now tied 2-2 here in game number 5 of the Liberty League Baseball Championship. And now pitching for the University of Rochester is number 24, Dylan Bevan, as he owns a 2-1 record in 22 innings pitched so far this season with a 4.91 ERA, as he will enter with runners on first and second base with 1 out, as he will have to work out of this stretch as he settles and deals a first pitch ball in the dirt to number 26, Mike Nee. And the 1-0 pitch from Bevan is a strike right down the middle. As Mike Nee, his 1-1 offering is caught on and fouled off, but caught right there by the catcher John Moses for strike number 2. As this is a tough spot for Dylan Bevan to be put in, but so far he has responded. And his 1-2 offering is an off-speed pitch. That one is grounded to the Yellow Jackets shortstop, but his throw forces the third baseman there, Dan Tirabassi, off the base. And sliding in safe in time was the Clarkson runner. So now the bases are loaded. And coming to the plate is Joe Pagano, as Mike Nee will officially be credited with a fielder's choice. But the shortstop, like I said, for Rochester there, Quincy Yachts, was credited with an error as that throw forced his third baseman off the bag. It would have been an out there, but the bases are loaded to Joe Pagano, who is down 0-1 in the count, to Dylan Bevan, as Bevan fires in a strike. And Pagano down 0-2 in his count. He has one of the Clarkson's 5 hits this afternoon, as that one will be another hit, as he will get over down. That one was ripped down that first base line. That will clear the bases. An RBI, a bases clearing RBI triple from Joe Pagano, has Clarkson now leading 5-2. And just like that, after Rochester put up a 2 spot in the bottom half of the 6th inning, Clarkson has responded with 5 runs of their own, and they now have a 3-run lead here in the top of the 7th, as Rochester's right fielder looks to be shaking up on that play. As the athletic trainers have now come out to the field and have started looking at the right fielder out there for the Yellow Jackets, which is Josh Leedham. It looks to be a lower body injury, but he looks to be able to run it off, as he might have just potentially turned an ankle over there in right field. But he looks to be making all movements soundly, and he will stay in the game here. Nonetheless, that will now bring up Tommy Bianchi, as the official scoring on that play was an RBI, it was a single by Joe Pagano, but then a fielding error by the right fielder, as he just was not able to, that was Josh Leedham, as he was just not able to successfully fire it back into play in time, and that allowed all those runners to score. as Bevan deals. This one is in no man's land, but running and making a nice play is their left fielder, Brian Mckenzie, for out number 2. I think that was no man's land, but then the wind took that one up, and Mckenzie was able to get under that one for out number 2. And that'll bring up the left fielder for Clarkson, number 12, Sean Gill, who is 0 for 2 so far. As Bevan fires in a first pitch strike, and his second pitch is fouled off there, and down 0-2 in his count is number 12, Sean Gill. As Bevan, that one, he offered at that. That one is just tapped in a perfect spot, as that was a check swing right there by Gill, and it was basically a swinging bunt attempt right there, and scoring on the play for Clarkson was that runner at third base, and they now lead 6-2 on that RBI single from Sean Gill. Yeah, that was a perfect swinging bunt right there, as that would have been a tough play over there in the hot corner by Dan Tirabassi. As just like that, stealing second base for Clarkson is Sean Gill. Bevan's 1-0 pitch also misses for ball number 2 to number 7, Jake Millich. As Millich is pitch hitting right now. And that one is cut on and missed for strike number 1. And Bevan fires in a strike to even the count at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch from Dylan Bevan to Jake Millich is caught on and missed for strike number 3. But the damage was done for Clarkson. They scored 6 runs here in the top of the 7th inning, and they now lead 6-2 as we will move to the bottom half of the 7th inning here momentarily, as Clarkson will once again have Glenn Stever back on the mound as he will begin his warm-ups. And now coming in as a defensive replacement for Clarkson is number 15, Zachary Carpin, who comes in for Jake Millich, who had pitch hit in that top half of the 7th inning that saw Clarkson score 6 runs and jump out to that 6-2 lead. So leading off the bottom half of the inning for Rochester is number 16, Josh Leedham, as he takes a first pitch ball from Glenn Stever, as his second offering in the at-bat is an off-speed pitch there for strike number 1. And Stever's 1-1 pitch, that one is fouled off down that left field line and out of play. Leedham was able to get some good wood on that one there as he would look to try to straighten that one out and get things started here for Rochester, who did score 2 runs in their last at-bats in the bottom half of the 6th inning. But like I said before, Clarkson responded with a 6-piece in the top of the 7th inning, as Leedham fouls that one off to put the count at 1-2. And Stever deals another off-speed pitch, but successfully holding up is Leedham, as he thought about offering, but did not pull the trigger there. As Stever misses the zone there, and just like that, working the count full at 3-2 is Josh Leedham. And the 3-2 pitch. That one is rocketed out to left field. That is high. It is far. It is gone. See you later. That ball was rocketed over that left field fence by number 16, Josh Leedham, as he got the pitch he was looking for there in that 3-2 situation and sent that one over the left field fence. And I think Coach Jim Kane has seen enough of Glenn Stever and will turn to his bullpen. So we will take a quick break. When I come back, I will let you know who will be taking over on the mound for Clarkson. And getting the call out of the bullpen for Clarkson is number 30, Matteo Cerebia, as he will be making, it looks like, his 11th overall appearance of the season, 10th overall out of the bullpen, as he has pitched 17.1 innings this season, as he will look to get a hold here out of the bullpen, as Glenn Stever has pitched himself into a winning situation, with Clarkson leading here 6-3 in the bottom half of the 7th inning, as the winner of this game will move on to the Liberty League Championship game tomorrow morning against Ithaca College. That game will begin at 10 a.m. And if necessary, game number 7 will be at 1:30 p.m. So the first batter that Cerebia will face is number 28, Jacob Mazet. And his first pitch is a ball 1-0. And Matteo's next offering is fired in there for a strike, evening it out at 1-1. As Cerebia, the right-handed pitcher, is able to get a swinging strike there by Matzat. And down 1-2 is the designated hitter. And the 1-2 offering from Matteo is high and outside. And not pulling the trigger there was Matzat, who has already struck out once earlier this afternoon. We'll look to avoid that feat of doing it again here in this at-bat. As the 2-2 offering from Matteo Cerebia, that one is shot down into the right center field gap. That is down. And rounding first base there was Matzat, but quickly gathering himself over for a hard hit gap single. There is Jacob Matzat. As there are still no outs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. As this game went from a pitching duel for the first 5+ innings into more of the bats have awoken here since. As Rochester put a 2-spot in the bottom of the 6th inning that was matched by a Clarkson 6-run top half of the 7th inning. And Rochester so far has scored 1 run on that Leedham rocket over that left field fence. And up 1-0 in his count is number 12, Dan Tirabassi. As Cerebia misses the strike zone there to the third baseman for Rochester, who is 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. That one is fouled off here directly behind us in front of the camera. As that one hit Srirachi. And the 2-1 offering from Matteo Cerebia is a ball. So working the count in his favor is Dan Tirabassi. The right-handed hitter will look to sit on a pitch of his liking here. As that one is ripped over to the shortstop, who fires it over to his second baseman, Zachary Carpin, in time, as that one was just hit too hard to try to turn that double play. As getting one out, but reaching on a fielder's choice there was Tirabassi. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 20, Joseph Rendy, who ripped a shot down that right field line in his last at-bat. As the second baseman bunts one right down the third base line, and that is a fantastic bunt right there by Rendy, as that had, the third baseman there for Clarkson, Michael Tito, had no opportunity to even attempt a throw, as he was playing a little bit too far back in his defense. And now runners are on first and second base with one out, bringing up the shortstop, Quincy Yax. So I'll be interested to see if Yax will potentially look to bunt over the runner, which no, he is not, as he takes a first pitch strike. It has gotten super cloudy here at Freeman Field here at 6:50 p.m. here in the bottom of the 7th inning of this Liberty League Baseball Championship elimination game. As Yax fouls that one off, and down 0-2 now is the U of R shortstop. So Cerebia, the Clarkson pitcher, gets the sign from his catcher. Mike Nee fires. That one is fouled off. As Yax is just a little bit behind that ball right now, as he will look to shorten up his swing just a tad to try to put this ball into play. As Cerebia's, let's see what his 0-2 offering is. That one is ripped, but right at the first baseman, who takes it himself for out number 2. That was a good backhanded stop over there by Kent Wilson, as the runners did advance over to second and third on that fielder's choice. And that'll bring up the U of R catcher, number 21, John Moses, as he has 2 ducks now on the pond over at second and third, as he will look to cash in on this RBI opportunity. And the first pitch of his at-bat is a strike. That one looked like it hit the outside corner by Matteo Cerebia. As Cerebia pauses, kicks, and fires a ball, evening it out at 1-1. This is the third meeting this season between the University of Rochester and Clarkson, or excuse me, the fourth meeting between these two schools, with Rochester winning each matchup this season by scores of 18-10, 12-5, and 7-2. As John Moses has worked the count 2-1 in favor of him against his counterpart Matteo Cerebia, as his 2-1 offering catches that outside corner for strike number 2. And John Moses will have to swing the bat here, as you do not want to go down looking here with runners on second and third in this scoring opportunity here in the late innings. Oh, that pitch was high and tight to Moses, and now working the count full against Cerebia. And the 3-2 pitch. I think that got him. Or excuse me, correction, that one was actually fouled off there by John Moses. I think that hit off right off the end of his bat by his hands there. So staying alive in his at-bat is John Moses. As to me, that almost looked like it hit him, but I was mistaken up here, as that was off his hands. Nonetheless, the next 3-2 offering, that one is fouled off and out of play. What a catch over there by one of our Ithaca football players. He made a full max effort play there, laying out for that ball in foul territory over here, out of play obviously, but kudos to him. Nonetheless, Mateo's 3-2 offering, that one is ripped, but right at the Clarkson shortstop, Caleb Doyle. As if he would have hit that one maybe a foot or two higher, that would have been a bases clearing single. But nonetheless, one run did score for the U of R on that Josh Leedham home run. The Yellow Jackets trail 6-3 as we move to the 8th inning. Welcome back to Freeman Field. I am Frank Myra here on the call of this game number 5 elimination game. And back out to pitch inning number 8 is Dylan Bevan as his first pitch misses for ball number 1. Or excuse me, that was a first pitch strike to the third baseman, number 2, Michael Tito. As it has definitely gotten quite a bit cloudy here in Ithaca, New York. As there may be potential rain here in the area just based on some of these clouds. But fingers crossed it holds off here and we can see these last 2 innings out. As down 0-2 now is Michael Tito. Oh, that one was just a bit outside there from Bevan. As I wanted to punch him out up here in the press box, but I'm not no umpire. I don't have any certifications. I'm just a spectator. And that was a successful play over by the third baseman, Dan Tiravasi, who fields it, fires over to first base in time for out number 1. And that will now bring up the starting shortstop for Clarkson, number 9, Caleb Doyle, who is 0 for 3 in this contest. And caught on and missed there. And down quickly 0-2 is Doyle. To Dylan Bevan as his 22nd pitch overall, was low and in the dirt as he bounced that breaking ball on top of the plate. Bevan is a sophomore from Villanova, PA, as that one was lined but right at the third baseman, Dan Tirabassi, who makes that play, robbing Caleb Doyle. As that was an atom ball. Stepping to the plate now is their first baseman, the left-hander, number 32, Kent Wilson. Down 1 is Wilson, and the second pitch in his at-bat is a strike. One thing that I've been impressed up here is by Bevan is he is constantly firing in pitches in the strike zone, as that one is caught on and missed. And 3 up, 3 down for Clarkson in the top half of the 8th inning, as we will move to the bottom half here momentarily here from Freeman Field. Welcome back to the broadcast. I am Frank Myra here as we are in the bottom half of the 8th inning in game number 5 of the Liberty League Baseball Championship, as this is the second elimination game. As the loser goes home, winner advances to the championship game featuring Ithaca College, who advanced with a 10-inning thrilling win over Rochester here earlier this afternoon. But stepping up to the plate here in the bottom half of the inning for U of R is Aaron Whitley, their leadoff hitter, as he takes a first pitch ball from Matteo Cerebia. As Cerebia deals, that one is sky high to the left fielder, who is under it and makes the play. There was Sean Gill. That one was truly sent high and long, but no damage done there from Whitley. And now batting is their left fielder, number 3, Brian Mckenzie, who takes a first pitch ball from Cerebia. Mckenzie is 0 for 3 so far. As he takes a second pitch strike, evening it out at 1-1. As overall, Rochester has scored 3 runs on 4 hits. And they've also had 3 years in the field. Meanwhile, Clarkson has scored 6 runs on 7 hits. And they have no errors in the field so far, as Cerebia misses a strike zone there, making it 2-1 to the hitter, Brian Mckenzie. As Cerebia pauses and deals. And not offering there was Mckenzie, as the umpire had to check with his first base compadre there, who agreed with him. Mckenzie did not offer there, making it a 3-1 count. 3-1 count. That one is ripped right back up the middle. That'll be a single from Brian Mckenzie. A 1-out single there. Bringing up Harper C., the first baseman for Rochester. And this is actually bringing up the middle part of the Yellow Jackets order here, including Josh Leedham, who hit a rocket over that left field fence an inning prior. looks like, yep, we will have another pitching change here from Freeman. So I will take a quick pause. When I come back, I will let you guys know who is taking over on the pitching mound. It is now pitching for Clarkson is a right-hander in number 3, Kyle Locklear. Kyle appeared in the game yesterday, and he is actually making now his 11th overall appearance of the season, and he has actually been arguably the ace of the staff for Clarkson this season. Pitching 44 innings, he owns a 3.68 ERA, as I think head coach Jim Kane is bringing in Locklear now to kind of lock it down here and get them the save. The first batter Locklear will face is the first baseman number 10, Harper C. And the first pitch to C, just a bit outside, ball number 1. And that was a good pitch right there by Kyle Locklear to even it out at 1-1. Like I said before, I think Locklear is in here right now to kind of lock it down for Jim Crane. And the 1-1 pitch just outside. And that one is sent to right field. Gathering it is the Clarkson right fielder, number 23, Tommy Bianchi, who fields it and fires it back into the field for out number 2. That will bring up the right fielder, number 16, Josh Leedham. As I mentioned previously this inning, he had actually sent an absolute nuke over that left field fence an inning prior. As he will look to do the same. But the first pitch there is just a bit outside for ball number 1 from Locklear. As Locklear pauses and deals. That off-speed pitch misses low and outside for ball number 2. And this for sure is a hitter-friendly count with it being 2-0. So if I'm Kyle Locklear, I want to be careful here as he pauses and fires. That one is just missed there by the hitter, Leedham, as he fouls that one off here out of play. As Leedham so far is 1 for 2 this afternoon with that home run and a hit by pitch. That one misses the strike zone. So now Leedham in a favorable count once again at 3-1 as he's facing off against number 3, Kyle Locklear. Locklear looks over his shoulder at the runner at first, settles and fires. Strike. Leedham was a little bit casual there, trying to toss his bat, trying to sell that call for ball number 4. Nonetheless, it is a 3-2 count as Kyle Locklear has fought his way back. And the 3-2 pitch. That one is fouled off by Leedham. As Kyle definitely has been mixing his speeds here in this at-bat, going from fastballs to that breaking stuff and vice versa. So we'll see if he's able to potentially get Leedham out on his front foot. Nope. Leedham shoots that one through the left side of the infield. That is a single. That was a good piece of hitting right there from Josh Leedham off of Kyle Locklear. And that'll bring up Jacob Matzat, here the designated hitter for the Yellow Jackets, who is slashing .368 this season. With 23 RBI, 4 triples, and 5 home runs. As the first pitch to Matzat is outside for ball number 1. Just looking at Matzat's statistics up here, he's actually gotten 10 RBI out of 2-out situations. So this is a proven hitter in Jacob Matzat for Rochester, as he takes a ball outside. So Locklear will once again have to fight his way back here in the count, as he will make his 2-0 offering. That one misses the strike zone. So he has missed now with 3 straight pitches to the designated hitter for Rochester. Well, now let's see if Matzat will have the green light. He does not, as he takes a strike right down that middle of the plate from Locklear, making the count now 3-1. As Clarkson also does have more action going on in their bullpen right now. It looks like number 35, Nick Hofacker, is up, as that one is caught on and missed by Matzat. Looks like Hofacker is up, as well as number 27, Gerard Mouton. But now Locklear will have to deal out of this 3-2 offering. That one misses the strike zone too, outside. And that will load the bases up for the third baseman, number 12, Dan Tirabassi. And I'm not sure if we're going to see an official pitching change or what, but there is a meeting on the mound here. As, once again, this is another key at-bat here. If we will look back after the game for the potential outcome, we would look at this at-bat of how did it go down? What was the end result of it? As the bases are loaded here in the bottom half of the 8th inning for Rochester, as they trail 6-3 here, as they are going against number 3, Kyle Locklear, who entered this inning as a relief pitcher. And Locklear, he has started 9 games and only made 1 appearance out of the bullpen. We'll see if he's able to find the strike zone, as he does not in that first offering, as that one misses as a ball in the low and in the dirt. As Locklear will now pause, settle, and fire. That one misses outside. As Locklear definitely has struggled to find the strike zone here a little bit this inning. And now down 2-0 in the count. I think head coach Jim Kane has seen enough. And there will be an official pitching change. So I will take a quick pause here in the broadcast. I will be back here once the warm-up pitches from Griffin Tubbs are completed. As mentioned, now pitching for Clarkson is number 21, Griffin Tubbs, as the right-hander has pitched 41 innings so far this season. Or excuse me, 46.2 innings so far, as this is his 17th appearance overall, with a bulk of them coming out of the bullpen. So let's see if he can get out of this jam here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, as his first pitch is a swinging strike. And now the count is now 2-1 to Tirabassi. So you oftentimes don't see a lot of pitching changes with the count, with a batter already having a count, like a 2-0 count on them. But nonetheless, Tubbs was able to fire in a strike, and then another there on that foul ball, which was fouled off here behind the plate and out of play. So now the count is evened out at 2-2. And Tubbs is in the more advantageous position, as he has a pitch to work with here, as maybe he will go off speed and in the dirt. And that's exactly what he does. And that one misses, and not chasing was Tirabassi. A good block right there for the Clarkson catcher, Mike Nee, keeping that one in front of him and keeping that runner over there at third base. So now Griffin Tubbs needs to fire in a strike with the count full 3-2. His 3-2 offering swung on and missed. That is a huge strikeout right there by Griffin Tubbs, coming into the game with a 2-0 count against Dan Tirabassi. He fights back to strike out that opposing third baseman. And with their lead intact, Clarkson maintained its lead at 6-3, as we will move to the top of the 9th with the Golden Knights coming to that bat. Welcome back to Freeman Field here in the top half of the 9th inning. As leading off for Clarkson is their designated hitter, number 14, Colby Brulette, as he will face off against the relief pitcher, Dylan Bevan, for Rochester, as Bevan's first pitch is fouled off and out of play. as that one is once again fouled off by Brulette. As firing strikes right now is Dylan Bevan. As he fires again, that one is tapped but fouled off by Brulette. And the 0-2 offering from Bevan. That one is cut on and missed. Good off-speed pitch right there by Bevan, as he threw that one low and in the dirt, and chasing was Brulette. And once again firing a first pitch strike there is Bevan. As he is working from the stretch, as he settles, fires. That one is lined on a frozen rope, but right towards Brian Mckenzie, as he grabs that one out of the air for out number 2. And now stepping up to the plate with 2 outs, the center fielder, number 18, Joe Pagano. Pagano has been 2 for 3 this afternoon, including 2 RBI and a walk. As the first pitch from Bevan misses low and in the dirt. And Bevan's next pitch, similar location and similar results, as that one misses, putting the count at 2-0. As that one is laced out to left field for a base hit from Pagano, as he is now 3 for 4. As Pagano has by far had the best afternoon out of all student athletes here on the Diamonds. And that'll bring up his teammate number 23, Tommy Bianchi. Bianchi is 1 for 4 this afternoon, as the left-handed hitter takes a first pitch ball from Bevan. Bevan has struck out 3 so far during his time on the pitching mound, as he delivers a second straight ball. As he will look to pump one into the strike zone here, as he gets his signs from John Moses, settles and deals. And that one is lined out towards center field, but making the grab on the run is Aaron Whitley for out number 3. So it is now do or die for Rochester, as we'll move to the bottom of the 9th. The Yellow Jackets trail 6-3. Welcome back to Freeman Field as we have a couple raindrops here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. But I don't think it's going to rain as it is very sunny as those storm clouds definitely missed us. As that maybe just some precipitation coming from Cayuga Lake. As on the mound looking for a save is Griffin Tubbs. As that one is a frozen rope in the gap for a leadoff single from Joseph Rendy. As Rendy has had a perfect afternoon himself, going 3 for 3 with a double, a single, and a run scored. And that'll bring up, it looks like a pinch hitter in number 29, Colby Cruiser. As Cruiser is coming up here in a big-time opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. He has had 53 at-bats this season with 17 hits overall and 11 RBI. As he was first pitch swinging, and that one is a can of corn out there for the left fielder for Clarkson, Sean Gill. As that one was, like I said, a can of corn for Gill, as that one was right at him, and he got under it and used two hands to successfully field that for out number one. And that will bring up another pitch hitter for Rochester here. That is number 22, Luke Piontek. As Piontek here takes a first pitch ball low and in the dirt from Griffin Tubbs. And Griffin Tubbs' second offering is another ball. That one was high and tight. The runner on first base is Joseph Rendy, who singled to lead off the inning, as that one is fired in for a strike, making it a 2-1 count to Piontek, who is pitch hitting right now for John Moses. On the 2-1 offering to Piontek, strike. That one catches the outside corner for strike number 2. As Griffin Tubbs was inserted into this game into a high leverage, high pressure situation with the bases loaded in a 2-0 count. He got a strikeout, but that one is lined for another base hit. That was a good hit right there from Luke Piontek, as both hits so far this inning have been on the line, finding gaps. And that will bring up the leadoff hitter for Rochester, number 15, Aaron Whitley, as he has runners on first and second now with one out. Facing Griffin Tubbs here on the mound. The right-handed hurler sets and deals. That one, yeah, that one did hit him in his left elbow there, and awarded first base is Aaron Whitley. So now the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the ninth inning for Brian Mckenzie. And Rochester has already seen a walk-off home run earlier in this tournament as they hit a walk-off shot in the first game of this tournament to beat RIT as they made a comeback. And just like that, Jim Cade will make a pitching change here from Freeman Field. So I will take a quick break, and when I come back, I will let you know who is on the pitching mound. And now pitching for Clarkson University is another right-handed hurler, number 35, Nicholas Hofacker, as Nicholas has appeared in 9 games this season with 8 starts, as he has tossed 49 innings overall, and he will be attempting his first, or he will be put into his first official save opportunity of the season here, as Tubbs will be credited with a hold if Clarkson is able to get out of this sticky situation. But nonetheless, that sticky situation for Rochester is the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 9th inning with their number 2 hitter, Brian Mckenzie, at the dish. Mckenzie is 1 for 4 so far this afternoon, with his one hit being a single. And he also has a ground out and a fly out as well as a strikeout. So let's see what Mckenzie can do here in this situation. And the first pitch from Hofacker. That is a first pitch strike as he catches the outside portion of the plate there. Hofacker's second offering is high and outside there. As once again, the winner of this game will move on to the Liberty League Baseball Championship game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. versus Ithaca College. And the loser goes home. And that one is shot out to left field. That is high. It is far. That one is off the fence in left field. That is a bases clearing double from Brian Mckenzie. And just like that, your score is now tied 6-6. That was almost a repeat of yesterday, as that one was rocketed out to left center field, and instead of it being a home run, this time it one-hopped that fence over in left center field. And now, just like that, the score is 6-6, and Rochester could walk it off here. And now that'll bring up Harper C., as that one is caught on and missed. As that winning run is over at second base now. As Harper C. is down 0-1 to Nicholas Hofacker, and Hofacker's 0-1 pitch is fouled off and out of play. As Hofacker gets his signs from Mike Nee, shakes him off once, agrees to the second offering, and the pitch, that one is fouled off and out of play. And the 0-2 pitch, that one is fouled off again, as extending almost into that left-hander batter's box was Harper C. As Rochester is really displaying that no-quit attitude all tournament long. And that one, will it drop in fair territory? Yes, it will. And running towards home is Brian Mckenzie, slides in time, safe. Walking it off once again is the University of Rochester. What a clutch at-bat right there by Harper C. as he hit that one right in front of that right fielder, Tommy Bianchi. And Bianchi just wasn't able to get enough juice on his throw to the catcher, as Brian Mckenzie scores and Rochester walks it off to move on to the Liberty League Championship game. And with that, Rochester will win 7-6 here from Freeman Field. Like I said, they will move on to the Liberty League Championship game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. versus the number 1 seeded Ithaca College Bombers. The Bombers will need to lose 2 games tomorrow in order to not be crowned champions, and Rochester will need to win 2 to be crowned champions. I am Frank Myra. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast here from Freeman Field. We hope that you tune in for the Liberty League Championships games tomorrow here from Freeman. Game times are at 10 a.m., and then the necessary game will be at 1:30 p.m.